All right. Hello and good evening. Hi, Paula. How you doing? Your mugs and your cards are on their way to you. Hopefully they'll get to you soon. Oh, yay, they already got to you. Oh, that's exciting. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. That's wonderful news. Yay. Oh, I'm so happy. All right. So what are you going to do? Are you going to use them or are you going to save them for when you need some inspiration? I'm so excited for you. All right. Now, after my live this afternoon, I was supposed to clear off my space and get it ready for photography. So that I could have my photography done for the shop update tomorrow. And, well, guess what? I didn't do it. So I'm going to do it tonight. After this live, I'm going to clear my space off, and then I'm going to get up early and do the photography and the editing and the creating product listings tomorrow. I don't have it in me to do it tonight. Instead, we're just going to enjoy our evening painting. Yay! All right. So I am just attempting to move some of these paints away so that I can make my life a little bit easier when it comes to getting the photography and everything done. So these are all of the different rainbow colors that I've mixed, color grades. I think I need to redo the orange. I found that my craft acrylics, my Craft Smart, have been causing little dimples. And so I went out and bought Deco Art Americana. Deco Art Americana orange. And so I'm going to remix those paints and I'll just put those ones back into the orange bottle of the Craft Smart. So it'll get used at some point. Little tiny stuff works well. It's when you get into the bigger dots. Mostly think I'll use them for inspiration. I seem to have a few designs and patterns I lean on and I need to branch out. That'll be so fun. I can't wait to see what you do with them. I hope you enjoy them. I hope you enjoy using them. That's so exciting. So I've actually done a fairly decent job at labeling my paints lately too. I'm a little pleased with myself. So these are all ones that I can put off to the side, and these will now move a little bit easier for me later this evening when I need to clear off the space to get it ready for photography. We were working on this one. I need to erase the guidelines on this one. So let's start there. And then I think there's a couple things we need to do. I need to paint the bottoms. Oh, no, that one's already done. I need to paint the bottoms of a couple of the incense holders. I still have a touch-up I need to do on one of the candle holders too, so we might do that as well. Hi, Patty. Yeah, they are pretty though, right? But they take a lot of thinning. It is more than the 50-50, isn't it? I wasn't 100% sure, but it definitely is. Okay, so let me grab an eraser, and then I will grab a wet cotton swab, and we'll get rid of any last little bits of detail. So I usually go over it with an eraser first, and then I go back with a wet cotton swab and grab anything that the eraser didn't manage to take care of. I find that this is a really satisfying part, and the sooner I can do this, the more enjoyable the process is for me. Because I love seeing these guidelines go, because it gives you just such a more clear picture of what it looks like. Because even if they're in the background and they're not in the forefront of the design, they're still there and they're still impacting the background and how you're viewing the piece, right? So being able to get rid of them and see just the stuff that you want to see, it can give you ideas too. I do this an awful lot. This can be a really valuable thing to do if you haven't put a ton of detail on it. Sometimes even just doing like a base design with the guidelines, and then once that dries, go in and remove the guidelines and then start adding in your details and your top dots and all of that. It can give you a much clearer picture of where you want that detail to go, because there could be some little rogue line that's just pulling your eye somewhere on the design, just because it hasn't been removed yet, right? So let's do that, and I usually just grab a brush. I hope you enjoy working with the paints though, Paula. They're pretty fun. I've enjoyed them so far. I think they're going to look really cool under resin. I think that they're going to be the kind of paints that, yeah, it's just going to look really, really cool under resin. Hi, Doris. Your feed is in and out? Oh, poop. I'm getting really tired of this. I don't understand what the problem is. It's really frustrating, and I'm so sorry, because it's got to be frustrating for you too. Yeah, really smooth for swoops, eh? They behave so nicely. I really enjoyed working with them so far. Has anybody tried the flash paints that are just the regular colors? Are they metallics as well, or has anybody tried those? Or I'm nosy. Hi, Tracy. Aw, thank you so much. I'm really, really happy with it. I'm going to grab another brush, and we're just going to do a little bit of painting of the bottoms of a couple of these, so that I can get them drying before I need to varnish. So, your feed's okay? All right, that's good. Hopefully it'll clear up, Doris. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed that it will. So what I have found helps me lately, and I didn't always do this, is I varnish the top first and get it completely done, and then I flip it over and I rest it on like a towel, something soft, where I can be fairly confident that it's not gonna get too scratched or dirty, and at least it's already varnished. And then I paint the bottom. Now I am gonna cover the bottom with black felt, just so that it won't scratch the surface of wherever it gets placed in its new home, when it gets a new home. But I still like to paint it black, because if that felt ever peeled up, it just, and I think that that's where my signature is going to be. Oops, that was way too much. I think this is where my signature is going to be too. On these, I'm going to put it underneath the felt. So with getting ready to list some product tomorrow in the website, I need to get these bottoms finished too. So we might as well do this now and get it out of the way. How was everybody's day today? Did you have a good Friday? Your feed's... Yours is good too, Tracy? Okay, so we'll keep our fingers crossed for Doris that the feed evens itself out for you, Doris. How's everybody doing? I hope you're doing well. I hope you've had an okay day, week, however long since I've seen you. Let us know what you've got on deck for the weekend, what you're going to be up to. You rebooted? Is it better? My kid puked last night, so I got a day off and he was fine all day. Oh no. Oh. So he's feeling better? And you got a day off. All right. Long weekend. Here you go. I'm glad he's doing okay, though. That's good. I hate throwing up. Oh my God, I'll fight it for hours and hours and hours. So now I'm going to leave this upside down to dry overnight, and then I'll be able to put the varnish on. Now, and the other one I need to do is this one, so we'll do them both at the same time. Now this one isn't varnished on the top, but we'll keep going. It's okay now? Oh good, I'm so glad. He's totally fine, he even had a Happy Meal, so unaffected by... Oh my God, kids are weird that way, eh? Just bleh, and off they go. That's incredible. Well, I'm glad that he's doing good. And I hope you had a good day off. Was it chill and fairly relaxing? And what's up for the weekend? I enjoy this part so much. Painted and relaxed. Oh, that's so nice. Oh, so you're both happy. That's nice. He gave you guys both a nice mental health day then. That's lovely. Good job, kiddo. So I may have some touch-ups to do on the other side before I varnish, but at least if I can, now that at least the paint is dry. So it's not ideal that I'm going to be turning this upside down while the paint hasn't been varnished, but like I said, I'm going to have a couple touch-ups to do anyway, so I'm not panicked. And I'd rather get this done than the touch-ups because they'll be super, super fast. And I'll be able to varnish fairly quickly after I do the touch-ups as well. Oh my, that's gold. Oh, you poor soul. Oh no. Oh. Stay strong, my friend. Oh no. So I'm really focused here, apparently. Didn't expect that from myself. So I learned some interesting stuff over the last little while. Mainly the thing that has become apparent is that I have no idea where I was getting my mixing ratios instructions from when I was mixing my gypsum and pouring my candle holders and all of that sort of stuff. I've created incredibly strong ones because I haven't been mixing them in the right ratios. I've been mixing them by volume and not by weight. So it's going to be really interesting because I watched the video with Devin Dotting, and I was watching and she was like, you have to move fast because this stuff sets pretty quick. And she poured like 15 moles. She goes, yeah, and you got to tap it quite a bit. And I'm like, you tapped it for 3 seconds and moved on. I'm doing something wrong. So I've learned that I was mixing it way too thick, and I'm going to try the brush, using a brush on the inside of the molds that should help get rid of bubbles as well. So I'm hoping to do some molding, some casting tomorrow. That's the goal. Tomorrow morning will all be about photography and getting these pieces listed for sale. But otherwise, I might work on that tomorrow. So we won't be able to do that on a live. Well, we might be able to. Crap lighting in the other room, but I could sit out there and we could do a mixing. Good to be live while I'm mixing. Would that be useful for you guys? If I mixed and poured some molds while I was live, and then we can just move in here and do some painting after that. That's going to be the live on TikTok tomorrow, as long as TikTok cooperates and I can have decent signal. All right. So let's see. I'm going to grab a wet cotton swab. Yeah, that would work. Okay, I'll do that tomorrow. And then it'll be recorded. And just so everybody knows, my intention is to work at getting every single TikTok live I've ever done uploaded and onto YouTube, and then having it be just part of my content for my YouTube channel that I want to build. It's taking me some time to get there, but just know that that is my intention. I've got a lot of videos on there already, but I have no descriptions. All it'll say is January 10th TikTok live, and then you jump on and you have no idea what you're getting. But I'm getting very, very close to being able to open that up to everybody. I just need to get caught up. Hi, Susan. How you doing? It's good to see ya. So what was I looking for? I was looking for a cotton swab, which means it's somewhere in here. I used to have cotton swabs. And now I don't know where they are. Where did they go? I think they might be out in the other room. I'll be right back. I'm going to go see if I can find the cotton swabs. Oh, no, I know exactly where they are. Okay, never mind. They are... Right. I tried organizing in a new drawer, and I put stuff in there, and it's nice and organized, but I just forget what's in the drawer. So, that's all right. Hi, Christine. How you doing? How's Kat? Do you have any updates? You doing all right? All right, so... wet cotton swab. I'm just going through and looking for any spots where I still see the guidelines. Now, I'm still going to have to do some touch-ups. Like I said, come in here with a small brush. And so if you ever have any guidelines that just for whatever reason, they're just not coming off very easily, it's the fighting you in the process, then just know that you can always not beat your head against that wall and just come back with a tiny paintbrush and do a couple little touch-ups. I find it's usually a combination of all of those things between water, an eraser, and some touch-ups on most pieces to take care of those guidelines. You don't want to rub really hard when you're using the wet cotton swab. You're still using acrylic paint, so some of the color is going to come off on the cotton swab, so you don't want to apply a ton of pressure. You don't want to spend any more time than you absolutely have to, and you don't want to dump a ton of water on there. All right, so that should be pretty good. Like I said, I'll still have the touch-ups to do, but that should get us started. All right, let me move that back out of the way and have a sip of my drink here. I should look for the paints for that candle holder. I have this candle holder. I should look for the paints because I have a spot here that I need to touch up. So I should look for those paints, and we should do that here today too. Let's see. They would be in one of the many little paint pots that I have. Many little Tupperwares full of paint pots, I should say. So now it is just a matter of figuring out which ones are the right ones. What's that one? That's rainbow. That's not that paint. Okay, so that can go away. Oh. Whoops. I think I'm gonna do some moving around in here soon because I think I can set myself up better for reaching stuff. And let's see. No. Where are you? Where are you? No. Nope. Nope. It's not that stuff. It's not that stuff. Maybe it's over here. Oh, Jamie. They were multi-surface paints. So where did they go? Curiouser and curiouser. All right, so they must be in one of these bigger containers with more paints. That's hilarious. Oh my God, Tracy. That's so funny. Oh, sorry. Here they are. Yay. I think anyway. All right, so I need the teal metallic, which is definitely in another container. I need the pink, and I need you. Perfect. And then I need the teal metallic, and then I should be good. Okay, well that's good news that we're able to find those couple. There's not too much I need to do for fixing, and it should be relatively easy. So now let me find the teal metallic. Ba, 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 ba. Is it that one? Oh, those are Molly's greens. There's the teal. Founded it. And there we go. All right. Founded it. And now we can fix stuff. Hooray. Okay, so we are going to fix those ones. So we are going to start there. Now this has already been varnished, so I'm going to be fixing over the varnish, and then I'll be putting another coat of varnish on here. Here we go. And I'll put the teal over top. And then this one, oh, I need to finish painting the metallic teal on the inside too, so we will do that as well. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Jen. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Patty. I don't know, they don't always show it on here who's joining, but I really like it when they do. Nice to be able to beat you to the high. How you doing, Catherine? What's new, love? You doing all right? You hanging in? Knowing Catherine, she is thriving because Catherine is just such a positive force. Positive force to be reckoned with. All right, now let's cover up this little bit. There we go. Perfect. Now I'm going to grab a paintbrush and we're going to do the inside in here. Great interview day. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, that's so cool. Maybe you'll get free ice cream for life. Oh my God. Right? Yep, that. Catherine, any place that is smart enough to hire you is going to be so damn lucky to have you. You are a bright light, my friend. And the sea, Jan even said it, I'm not the only one that sees it. You are a bright light. That was really the first time we really got to spend a lot of time together, eh, Catherine? Was the first time you came to a painting party. Clicked instantly. Perfect addition to the family. So you go and meet them next Friday. Fantastic. Wonderful. Hi, Cindy. How you doing, Cindy? How you feeling today? I need to go out and buy some actual tea light candles to put in these so I have something to put in the box with them when they after they find new homes. I have a feeling that these candle holders and incense holders are going to find homes fairly quickly, which is, from a completely selfish point of view, incredibly fun. So you can support your artist friends. You just keep looking after you, darling. You just make sure that you are thriving. And they will be lucky to have you. I hope it's a good spot for you, that you find a spot that's just really good for you, that you can settle into and just enjoy. All right, so this one now is ready. I'll put another coat of varnish on it tomorrow. And then we have those 3 incense holders that I will varnish the bottoms on. That one I need to varnish the top and the bottom. And yes, this is going to be the next pattern. So the mug, and if you can envision this, I'm going to show you something. I was going to also turn it into a 12-inch pattern, just like I did with the sour candy. However, oh my God, I just got a bunch of paint all over it. What the hell happened? What the hell happened, Jamie? What did you do? I just smudged all of the paint that I just put on here. Jamie. All right, well, it was varnished, so I can scrub it off to a certain extent. There we go. All right, well, let's try again. Let's try the touch up again. Okay, so I need you to envision this a little bit. Envision everything up except for all of these little white tiny dots. So this, but without these little white ones, these white ones and these ones. I was going to build this out into a larger one. I even did this border, which I really, really loved. But honestly, it felt very, very dream catcher-y. And that is not what I know nothing about dream catchers, and dream catchers are something that I would want to know more about and to understand and have permission to make if I wanted to make some of them. So that's why it's not into a pattern, a 12-inch pattern yet. I am going to take it and do it into a 12-inch pattern. It's just not going to be this one. But so for now, the pattern that's going to come out is going to be the 4-inch pattern only. And that's going to take us to these dots, minus these white walking dots and the teal walking dots, and minus these couple of swoops. And that's going to be the design. So you can kind of see from there how that relates there, right? So very, very similar in that sense. Yeah, I've got a few things. So I've got I'll have 4 incense holders, 3 candle holders, and 4 mugs to go in the shop tomorrow. And I think I'm going to put some old incense holders in there that are kind of just experimental things. We'll see. If any of you remember when I was experimenting with resin making incense holders, let me show you. So we have these ones, obviously, right? And then we have these ones, which are gypsum on the bottom, and then I poured resin on top. Very cloudy, very bubbly, very discolored. But then I drilled a hole in the middle. So they're still cute little incense holders, but I'm going to sell these as imperfects. So these will be like 20, 25 bucks for these guys. And then, and there's 3 of them. So there's that one. There is this one. Again, see the cloudiness and the yellowing there? It's because I over-baked it too. This was at the very, very beginning of resin. So cloudy and yellow, but another cool design. So those I think might go up as well. But now we gotta bring this back and fix this again. Thanks, guys. Yeah, it feels good to have so many things to put in the shop update tomorrow. Feels really, really nice. I didn't think I would have quite this much, so it's very encouraging. All right, so now I'm going to fix this and not put my hand in the paint. Let's do that, shall we? Okay. Now the pink, and then we'll get the teal out again. And then this one should be good to sit and dry until I varnish it again tomorrow. two. And now for the metallic again. Yeah, put them all up? Okay, I will. Because why not, right? Someone will want it in their home, maybe. Maybe it'll be the perfect complement to someone's home. But I'm very pleased. And then, so next week, the pattern that goes with this one will go up on my website, but it'll be a 4-inch pattern only. And then the next pattern that I'm going to do is I'm going to create a 4-inch and a 12-inch from the sunflower. So this is going to be the next one that I do. I want to revisit some of the old mug designs. I want to revisit the white on white. I want to revisit the darkness mug. I want to revisit the purple color schemes. The green that I did for Molly, the wellness, music, resilient. There's so many of those initial mug designs that I loved, and I would love to recreate them. So we're going to be revisiting a lot of those over the next little bit, and they will all become patterns as well. And then we'll create some new stuff, and we'll put that into patterns too. Like, I think this should be a pattern, you know, because it's cool as shit. Like, this needs to be a pattern. Hi, Shala. How you doing, love? It's good to see ya. Like, this needs to be a pattern. It just has to. So, oh, I missed one. Maybe that's where I'll sign it. That'll be a good spot. So yeah, we're gonna play with a lot of old patterns, and we're gonna play with patterns and tweaking them just slightly a little bit too. Like, I want to revisit some of these patterns because they're so fun. And like this one, for example, is based off of the design from the first pattern, which is sour candy. So this is the sour candy pattern. This one is available on my website now. There is a 4-inch and a 12-inch. This is the 12-inch. And then if you zoom in, this is the 4-inch. So if you want both the 4-inch and the 12-inch, buy the 12-inch because it includes the 4-inch, okay? So anyways, this design is the one that was on a mug. I've done 2 mugs with this. And then it was the design that I built on for this incense holder and then added those little stripies in the middle. And it is also the pattern for this, just with different colors and a few different things. Like I swapped out and put in some swoops there instead of a couple things of dots. So it's kind of cool to be able to see how these patterns, I want to not only do the initial pattern, but I want to be able to play around with it and show the different modifications and say, hey, here's 10 different ways you can use the sour candy pattern, or here's some ideas on some different stuff to put these patterns on. So yeah, I'm really excited for all of these. Oh, thanks, Guy. Yes, Marina, we are going to do the sunflower, and it's going to be a big one. I'm so excited. So I think that'll be a lot of fun. So yes, this one is going to be the pattern that will get released next Saturday. I had intended to have it ready for tomorrow, and here's a shocker, I didn't get it done. So it'll be released next week with a bunch of blanks. I'm hoping to make an absolute crap ton of blanks this week. Blank candle holders, blank incense holders, all that good stuff. And have them on the website next week as well. And then the finished pieces will go up on the website tomorrow. So I'm going to set this aside and let this dry, and then I will varnish it in the morning, and it should be good to go. All right. So now we have decisions to make. Awesome. Thanks, Catherine. Thanks, Chris. How you doing, love? So I changed the gold on this one, so we now can see the gold really nicely. I had used a craft acrylic, and it wasn't really standing out. So this one is much better. I'm getting lots of shimmer and shine off of it. And you could have all kinds of fun with this, right? You could go in and do an absolute crap ton of gold top dots anywhere you want in this thing, and that could be really, really fun. I've thought about doing that once. We're covering everything with gold. like every walking dot, every mini dot, every swoop, everything, and just doing it all top dots on gold. So that might happen one of these days. It could be kind of interesting. I'm doing good, Chris. Thank you, my love. So we've got this done. I'm not sure if I want to put anything on the inner edge. You know, we put something on the inner edge here on this one, right? But I don't know that I want to do that on this one. I think I like the black border around that edge. Fam's doing good. We're doing good. Hopefully, continuing to move towards answers for Mom, hopefully. That's the ultimate goal. I'm going to write on these paint pots before I put them away. Oops. Okie dokie. So now we got to decide what to do in between here. I keep tapping this screen. Yeah, we're not in TikTok. I totally get that. The side looks nice, eh? So I just need to figure out now what I'm going to do in between. And I think I have an idea. So, okay, this is my, let's try it. And I'll walk you through my idea. And then we can see here. I'm glad you like it. The sides are really, really fun. I'm finding that it's really enjoyable to paint these because there's so many different things that you can do. You can paint this little nub or you're not, or you can paint the inside ledge or not, or you can paint the outside edge or not. It's really interesting. Okay, so how about you, Chris? How's everything going with you? You doing all right? You doing good? I hope you're doing good. All right, so I'm going to grab a size 5. And we are going to, I'm going to take I have to take my brace off right now because it adds so much to my grip and I end up touching things with it and smudging. So let's see. Let's see how we can do this here. Let's move this back here. There we go. All right, so I'm going to use my size 5 or size 6. Let's do size 6. Size 6. Yep. Started peeling a design off. Didn't get it done in the preferred. Oh no, that's so frustrating. You could let it air dry for the full 21 days. If you liked the design, that's always an option, but you've already started peeling it off, so that wasn't helpful. I'm sorry. That wasn't helpful at all. I still need to reach out to CraftSmart and find out air curing time because they don't have any air curing instructions on their mugs. I mean, on their multi-surface acrylic paints, like I thought they did. And I've been air curing them, so I want to reach out to them and get confirmation that air curing would work for them as well. All right. So now we have that. And now we are going to do something fun. You ready? You ready for something fun? I'm ready for something fun. All right. Get my cloth ready. Nice and handy. Let's try not to put our hand in any paint. Jamie, I'm talking to you. Oh, that sucks, Chris. Bring it, Patty. We're on it. Let's go. Let's do it. All right. One. Two. Let's see. One. I think I might be able to go all the way around. Still have to make sure I don't touch my hand to the paint because I think I've done that a couple of times. Might as well get every last little bit of color in this thing that we can, right? Hi, Tammy. How you doing? It's good to see ya. Stretch my hands. Yay for 2 days off. That's wonderful. What's on this schedule? What's on the agenda for your days off, Tammy? Oops, that's not a circle. There we go. Has everybody had an okay week? Everybody were surviving? There's a lot. There's a lot this week. There's a lot today. It's hard to watch all of the pain and horrible things that are happening around the world. Praying for the Ukraine. Watching what's happening over there is so scary. I was standing looking out my window earlier. I'm like, what would I do if I saw somebody flying down the streets in a tank, running over cars, open fire, helicopters? Makes me feel very blessed to be Canadian. Fun stuff like grocery shopping and house cleaning. You had padahi for supper tonight. Wonderful. I know, it's so hard. Oh, you went to your son's. That's wonderful. Oh, you were right around the corner, Patty. One of these days, maybe in the summer, we'll be able to meet up one of these days when you're in Newcastle. We'll make a point. I'll make the drive out and see you to say hi if you ever feel up for it. How was your drive? Yeah, there's so much going on. There's so much pulling the attention, and we still have to not only figure out how to process all of that stuff that we're seeing and hearing knowing is happening, but we also still have to try and take care of ourselves, right? That's the hard. But still, it's still so heartbreaking. It's still so heartbreaking. It's just so scary. Just so scary. Both days were great for driving and stopped at the reservation on the way home. Oh, nice. Up in Roseneath? Yeah, it's so devastating. And I want to keep an eye on things and I want to know what's going on, but at the same time, I have to be able to keep my head above water, right? Oh, thanks, Molly. It's good to see you. How you doing? I'm glad you're able to pop in, and thank you. I feel a lot better. I feel like I'm definitely more myself. Definitely more myself. All right. Which is a good feeling. And thank you so much for asking. That's so kind. Still a little bit of phlegminess happening, but we're doing all right for the most part. Thankfully, it hasn't turned into anything. So I also had, number one, I had the realization a few days ago, and I mentioned this depending on if you were on that live, that I'm pretty sure that the gypsum powder has been what's causing a lot of Audrey's issues with that dust. She kind of got better, and then I had the gypsum in the house again, and it got worse, and that's when it started, when I started using that sort of stuff after I'd had her for a long time. So I've kind of worked out a way that we've got a little storage room, so I'm going to kind of put that stuff in there. But I've noticed a big difference in my breathing as well now that we've had a couple semi-decent days where I could open the window. My breathing has dramatically improved. I'm able to breathe easier. I'm not getting as congested. I'm not dealing with as much phlegm and garbage in the mornings, all of that sort of stuff. So there's a lot of things that are lighting my fire for getting this place really good and clean and painted and all of that good stuff, right? Tried very hard to distract you and help. Oh, you guys were so unbelievable the other night. I can't even begin to thank you. I know you tried so hard. You were wonderful. Oh, I love you guys. Thank you. I really appreciate that. You said the pollen's awful. Well, and that's going to be the trade-off, right? Is do we want the dust that we're allergic to inside, or do we want the pollen that we're allergic to outside, right? Damned if you do, damned if you don't. I really appreciate that, Miss Cat Molly, and everybody who was on that live where I struggled a little bit after trying time after time after time, and number one, this is the piece that I started on that night. The last piece that I almost gave up on and said I was going to start over again, and I didn't. And I'm really glad, because I realized that, that mindset was just left over from the other pieces that I had tried and wasn't happy with how they were turning out. So I'm really glad I did that. And you guys being able to just putting in such a huge amount of love and effort to do that for me. I'm so incredibly grateful. So grateful. I know, to save the peace. Yes, those damn stupid little rocks, right? You'd have to do the dust. Pollen would get you that much worse, eh, Tammy? So hard. It was the damn little rocks. Stupid little rocks. I will conquer them, though. They will be mine. I will succeed. Bet your bottoms. All right. Let's keep going. You guys were wonderful, though, and I'm so grateful for you, and thank you for caring so much. I really, really appreciate you. And I just want to do more of what you enjoy. I see how much you guys enjoy what we do most of the time, and asking questions and being here, and I love hearing that people enjoy the atmosphere and it's just a calm place to be. But I kind of think of you guys as you know, you're just as much a part of this business as I am. You know, you guys are why this is a business that I can thrive off of eventually. And this is all of those things. And I want to keep doing more of what you enjoy. So please keep talking to me about the stuff that you want to see. Please keep talking to me about stuff that you don't want to see. Please keep asking questions. I absolutely love it. I love every time I get to get into these wonderful engaging conversations with you. So thank you just for all of it. Hi, Crystal. How you doing? How you feeling? Right? And it totally turned out well. I'm really glad that I did too, Miss Cat Molly. Should have started that with the green, right? Well, I'm very, very grateful. I'm glad that I didn't throw this piece out. I'm really, really glad for that. And I think it's turning out really nicely. I'm really happy with it. And again, I think this design is one that I'm going to continue to keep coming back to, because I think just changing up the colors can make a pattern look completely different. And I think that's going to be a lot of fun to play with. I played with some brushes this afternoon too, because I've been watching these incredible mandala artists from like Argentina and Brazil and all these wonderful places, and they're doing these swoops with brushes. So I started doing some of these swoops with little tiny brushes. Barb gave me a set of dotting tools that have these little tiny nail art brushes on them, and they make these lovely swoops here. I don't know if I can dot with them, but I've tried kind of with some of them. So I'm kind of excited to get in there and play with these a little bit. Those swoops were made with brushes. So were those ones. They went a little sideways. A golden sperm right there. You're welcome. 30 minutes away. You're almost there, Crystal. You got this. You got this. I said before, this is craft. I'm so glad. I'm so glad it's therapy for me too, love. Therapy for me too. Oh, Catherine. You do the same for me. You inspire me every damn day. All you guys do. All you guys do. You are all so honest and so authentic and so real and so kind and so loving. Even when you're having a hard time, you all still just give so much love. And that is inspiring. And I just think it's wonderful. I think it's wonderful. I couldn't imagine. Yeah, there's a lot of magic. There's a lot of magic in this little family we got here, you guys. And I'm just glad that I'm glad that something that I do can give you a little bit of relief. And I'm glad that anything that I might pass on as far as knowledge of what this is, I hope that it helps you enjoy it even more. Oh, thank you, Chris. I love the therapy. I'm telling you. It is golden. Absolutely golden. All right, and then this one is almost done. And then this, what I'll do is I will varnish the top of this tomorrow morning. It'll be dry enough for photography within half an hour to an hour. And then I'll be able to let it dry and then paint the bottom after it dries for a little while and get the varnish and the felt on the bottom. So I'm going to cut felt circles that will go on the bottom to keep it from scratching. Now, I say that I'm going to do that, but I should perhaps look to see if the pieces of felt that I have are big enough to cut in a single piece on these things since they're so huge. And if they're not, I need to go to Michael's and buy some felt. It was good to see you, Miss Cat Molly. Sending you lots and lots of love. Thank you for popping in and thank you for the lovely words. Sending you love. Hopefully see you soon. All right, let's do the last one on here. And then this bad boy will be done. Will be done. I love these. I'm loving painting these things. So normally I go to see my dad on Sundays, and I'm switching it to Thursdays. So I will be going this Sunday and then the Thursday, and then I'm going to start taking the Sundays for a little bit of time to have a little bit of a life, to maybe go see some friends and say hello, even if it's just for an hour, a couple times a month. I'm not craving too much more than that. I want to see people, but I still want it to be relatively short visits. But I think that that'll be fun. I think it'll be a nice change of pace and schedule, and we'll see how everything responds to that. Okay, so I'm going to set this down over here, and then we're going to take a look at it from the side to see how it goes. They're really fun to paint, Catherine. I never expected them to be this fun to paint. Never in a million years. Jerry Lynn, if you're here lurking, were they this fun to paint? Did you expect it? Jerry Lynn bought these as well. I really, really freaking love these. I freaking love it. Okay, now we need to get the Lazy Susan and do a spin, don't we? All right. Lazy Susan, up we go. Dink, 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 dink. I don't know where to pick this up and not stick my hand in wet paint. Okay, here we go. Does that look approximately in the middle? I think. All right, let's bring this down. Let's see. Da-da-da. Needs to go over this way a little. Going to Sacramento tomorrow to visit my mom and my best friend's parents. Haven't seen them in years. Wonderful. Oh, that's going to be so nice. Are you looking forward to it, Catherine? With restrictions lifting, it is stressful for those of us who have been... Oh my God, I feel that in my soul. Like, I used to feel so guilty because my friends would be struggling. I'm like, I don't relate. I don't. It's like, perfect. I don't have to go. It's great. I'm so excited for you, Catherine. That's wonderful. The spins are fun, eh? Should we do a couple more? So, Spin number 1. Let's try and do it centered so you don't get nauseous though. Let me try. At least try. It'll be better with a total black background. I don't have any paper or anything to put on the back to make it solid black. But those are fun. All right, and then let's do this one. I love that one. I love watching that one spin. Like, that's cool. And then the other favorite, of course, I'm literally going to sit. We were talking about this today. I'm literally going to sit and I'm going to film a ton of videos. For every piece that I create now that's something like this, I'm going to spin it. All right, you ready? Oh, that's going to make you dizzy. Hold on. Okay, it has to go up this way a bit. No, it doesn't. Let's go over this way a little. There we go. Ready? It's just going to be all my TikTok content from now on. It's just spinning. Spinning and spinning and spinning. All right, so how about, want to start a new one? Or should we try the little stones again? The blue one, especially on the spinning, right? With those swoops. Oh, I'm so happy with it. That one was so much fun. All right, so what should we do? I'm going to actually run and just grab myself a little bit more to drink. So bear with me 1 second, and then we will figure out what to do next. We can either start a new candle holder. I wouldn't mind doing another rainbow candle holder, actually. That would be kind of cool. We can start another incense holder, or we can work on the little stones. So those are the 3 things that I'm thinking of, and I will be back in 2 seconds after I fill up my drink. Audrey. All right, so let's think. I think a candle holder in the same rainbow colors that we just did with the gold would be really, really nice. So let's do that. So we're gonna grab this one. Actually, I totally lied. Let's do another incense holder. Totally lied. We're totally going to do another incense holder. So, I need compass, protractor. Where did I put my duct tape? All right, well, we'll just use this. All right, so we're gonna draw some guidelines. We are going to start with some tape. And the tape is going to be to help with the guidelines a little bit. Give me something to attach my compass to, where I can apply a little bit of pressure, and hopefully that will help me to be able to draw these guidelines on this guy. All right, so I'm gonna sharpen my pencil. I like to have a really, really nice sharp pencil. I use charcoal. Not charcoal, sorry, watercolor pencil crayon. I used to use charcoal. So the trick with these incense holders I found is if you can get your center, right? I'm applying enough pressure here. Now I want to open this all the way out to the edge, and then I want to drop the pencil. Right? And then tighten it up. And then if you have the Lazy Susan, let it do the work for you. And draw those lines in. And then as you move in closer to the center, just get it to the height you want it at, and then drop your pencil. Everybody still here? We doing all right? If you have any questions or anything, please let me know. There we go. You want to try and have this part of your compass straight up and down if you can. Oops! But you need to have enough of an angle and have the pencil down far enough that you don't get stuck. Oops, or the tip of your pencil doesn't come out. So if your pencil isn't down far enough, you'll run into trouble. I've got a little bit of a frog left in my throat, Christina. It's better than it was. I had a fantastic phone voice for the last few lives. But sadly it did not stick, so I hate to disappoint everybody who is waiting for me to do it. There will be no OnlyFans account, although I am considering selling pictures of my feet online to make some extra cash, so you never know. But yeah, the voice was good. You missed the spins, oh no! I'll grab a couple of them. We'll do them again, my dear. Let me get these guidelines touched up. So again, just getting rid of some of the guidelines because otherwise the paint won't lay properly. So I just go over very lightly with my eraser to try and just get rid of any waxy, thick residue left behind by the pencil lead, right? And again, the reason for that is that you can, it'll misshape the dots. I found that it does anyway. I found it with charcoal as well, but not to the same extent. But charcoal I had a really difficult time with just because it was so damn hard to sharpen one of those stupid pencils. My tips kept breaking. So let's see that. So I use a watercolor pencil crayon, from my guidelines. The charcoal pencil is the one that gave me a really, really hard time when I was trying to sharpen it. I found that the tips kept breaking all the time, so I could never get a sharp tip. And I'm telling you, I must have spent about $45 to $50 on different sharpeners. It was terrible. Terrible. So the watercolor pencil crayon works really, really well, but again, I just kind of go lightly over it with an eraser just to remove any of that buildup that could misshape my dots, because it'll pinch it in on itself. I was thinking we needed pictures of feet explaining too. Did I try electric? Electric what? Sharpener? Well, who am I, Rockefeller? No. No, I haven't tried an electric one yet. I'm really happy with the watercolor pencil crayons though, so I'm totally fine with doing this. It's not an inconvenience for me at all. If it is an inconvenience for you, then definitely keep exploring, figuring out what kind of works there. And see what is going to make your process as easy as humanly possible. You think I'm Rockefeller? No, I didn't. I gave up, honestly. I just gave up. I got so frustrated where I'm like, I don't even care anymore. Someone could hand me something that works and I wouldn't want to use it. Like, I got to that point where I was like, nope, I'm done. I'm done. Oh, yeah? That's interesting. That's good to know. It might be worth giving a shot again someday. Now, I don't know. Okay, so we are going to grab some green. Green. Green, green, green. Use a bunch of greens and some pinks. I tried 4 sharpeners, gave up and bought a battery one. Yeah. That's the thing, right? It's trial and error, trying things over and over again. And thankfully people have tried as well and can give us some feedback on that. And it's so wonderful that everyone shares that sort of stuff. It can be a frustrating thing, right? When you're trying to figure out what you want, how you want things to kind of work out and how you want to be able to use things and where you want to spend your money and all that good stuff. But find the things that make the process the most enjoyable for you, right? Enjoy the process. As soon as you've got a part of the process that you do not find enjoyable, that's the part of the process to potentially spend some time looking at and kind of working towards other potential options there. Now I'm going to use pearl white. And I'm going to grab the metallic pink. I think. Oops. Yep, let's grab metallic pink. So I'm going to do greens and pink. Actually, no, I'm not going to use the metallic pink, but we are going to go for some corals, I think. Corals and pinks. Oops. Oops again. Okay, so oh, right. I was looking at multi-surface paints. I don't need to use multi-surface paints. I can use regular paints. Yay. All right, so we've got some pinks over there. Let's look at you. What are you? Paints, what are you? Okay. I think we should put in these pinks. Yeah, we'll leave out the corals for now. Okay. All right, climbing back in. Getting back in under my blanket. This one, unfortunately, will not be ready for the shop release tomorrow. So this one might go up the week after, but we'll see. Did you accidentally pause the video? No, that was me because I got up. I got up to find paints. Sorry about that. Actually, we're gonna grab I think that's gonna be it there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. You're tripping. Poor Christina. It's okay, love. We gotcha, we gotcha. Tripping balls. How are you doing, Christina? Is anyone on here going to be doing March Meet the Maker? Are you going to be doing March Meet the Maker, Christina? I'm tempted to, but I'm not sure it's the best, that I'm going to be able to follow through on it, and I kind of want to do it if I'm going to be able to. Oh yeah, we're using these colors. Actually, yes, we will. So I'm just going to pull. These are paints that I mixed the other day, so I'm just going to pull some of these little paint booger dry bits off. So I'm toying with the idea of doing March Meet the Maker. So if you go to Instagram and look up Joanne Joanne Hawker, or just search the hashtag March Meet the Maker 2022. And so Joanne is the founder of March Meet the Maker. So she gives 30 different prompts for the entire month. And it's all about how to talk about yourself and talk about the business and talk about your products and your artwork and all of that sort of stuff. So there's just 30 different prompts for the entire month. So it might be something you're interested in. You never know. Just going to add in a little bit lighter color here. I like to look at the sides of my container too, because I can see how stuff is getting mixed in. Well, and that was my concern. I don't know that I have the planning ability to do it. There's part of me that's tempted to do it, and maybe that would be a good time to practice my starting to use Tailwind. Or maybe I'll even make a decision between Tailwind and later and start using all that sort of stuff, because I'm still not. All right, I think I like those ones. And then we'll use this other light pink for maybe some accents and some top dots. All right, I think these are going to look cool. All right. I would love to be able to do it, but I just don't know that I want to do it, but I don't know that I've got the follow through. Okay, and of course we're going to have gold too, right? So we know that that's going to happen. So let me actually get out a little container of gold. And I wonder, let's try and replicate an old pattern of mine. It's going to be it'll be slightly different, but not an old pattern, but an old design that I did. Let's see if I can find it here. Which one was it? This one. So I had done this one here a long time ago. I thought maybe that one could be fun to try on an incense holder or something similar anyway. Not necessarily replicating it, but doing something with it. So let's give it a shot. I would love to do it though. Like I would love to have the discipline and be able to do it. Maybe someday. So this is definitely going to be different, but it's going to be thinking. I'm thinking that I need to go with that one and put that away and then get another one, another paint pot for the light pink. That's what I'm going to do. Thank you. That's one that I did a long time ago on one of the flower-shaped magnets. I am going to get my giveaway up online as well. I am going to be doing a giveaway. I've just, as with everything, zero follow through, so it hasn't happened. But I am going to be getting a giveaway up and running. Now, it's going to be mostly for supplies, and I feel like that because so many of you already have your supplies that I might be alienating some of you guys from a giveaway. So I'm wondering if there is, I'm wondering if I should do two. Like maybe one giveaway is for the tools and you can choose from either the tools or the things to paint on. I don't know if that's something to do, but I'm going to start thinking about it. Hi, Barb. How you doing? Good to see ya. Glad you're here. All right, we're getting started on another incense holder. After I take a drink. Okay, first things first. We're doing a row of pink. We're doing pinks and greens. Pinks and greens, white metallics, and gold. Right? Oh God, I feel that, Christina. Right? I have all the most amazing ideas. No problem. Doing them? Oh, it's funny. But what I'm starting to try and do is I'm trying to start looking at the times when I do follow through and really, really celebrating and recognizing those, because I want to follow some of my own advice. And if I'm always looking for evidence that I'm a screw up, I'm going to find it. If I look for evidence of when I have followed through, I'm going to find examples. And the more I find, the easier it's going to be able to find and to come up with. So I kind of need to go into that mindset of, okay, let's talk about the times that I have followed through and celebrate them a little bit. You can't see the new comments, Christine? That's so weird. Oh, okay, swipe right. Hopefully that works. Now actually, I forgot again. Does this drive you guys crazy when you think I'm gonna start doing something and then I pause and stop again? All right. I am going to use a couple guidelines going out from the center. I don't usually on this one, but I want to see what I can do. Yes, we find what we're looking for, right? And then the other thing that I hear in the back of my head is stop arguing for your limitations. Stop trying to prove your limitations right. If you don't want to do something, just don't do it. You do not need to argue for why you can't do it. You know, it's easier said than done, and it's really hard to apply to every situation, but the more I can, I'm trying to do that. So I'm trying to always look for that evidence now to remind myself that, hey, there's a ton of evidence showing that I do follow through. If I hadn't followed through, I never would have sold anything on my website or done anything for my business. So of course I have follow through. It's just not what I'm judging to be the right kind of follow through at this particular point in time, right? And I don't need this. I need my ruler. Jamie, you didn't even need to get your butt up out of your chair, Jamie. Gah. Okay, let's try again. So I lit some incense today for the first time in a very long time, and it just about knocked me right out of my chair. It was so strong. Waiting to see how I start this bad boy. We're coming. I can't follow through. I can't either. You know what? And maybe this is a good topic that's worth sitting and talking about a little bit, because that's where I struggle. And there's a couple things that I've kind of come to. Number one, I'm not. If you think of everything as a form of energy, and when I think of it as a form of energy, I think, number one, I look at, is that energy going to be attracted to me? Or like, is that energy going to be compatible with me? And what I have found is that I say that I want money, but I judge money and I don't like money. I've never liked money. I'm not giving money the value. So I'm not the kind of person that money would want to spend time with, because I'm not very nice to it, you know? And I also had this thing happen for me is, of course my business isn't running smoothly because I haven't made room in my life and in my home for a highly functioning business. I love money and I love to spend it, but I judge money, and I have in the past, and I really try not to judge people that have a lot of money or think that they somehow have it easier than me. And anytime there's a judgment in there of, well, I wouldn't do that with my money, I would do this. Like, one of the common phrases in my household when I was growing up was, well, they've got more money than brains. And what I'm really, really finding is it's that judgment that is not getting me anywhere. It's not helping me in any way. I'm judging about how people spend their money. I'm judging about, well, must be nice, or, you know, must be nice to be able to have that. And that's something that has always been a part of the relationship that I've had with money my entire life. Money is a necessary evil. Money corrupts people. Money creates greed. You know, these are judgments that are false judgments. Because there's lots of things. Money doesn't create it. The people are creating it, right? And it's just really hard. I don't have a good, solid relationship with money, so I am not attracting money to me, because I am not emitting an energy that in any way matches abundance. When you are looking at the lack of something, you are wanting something to come to you to fix a situation or to solve the lack, right? As opposed to just coming to me because it's energy. And energy flows easily to me. And money comes in and out and in and out. But I've never had a good relationship with money, and I've never been taught how to nurture a relationship with money. And so I'm trying to change my mindset about all of that. And worth and value, right? Just by having any question of the value of the things that I sell my stuff for and how much I sell them for shows that I don't trust money, right? Because I would know my value. I would know exactly what it's worth, and I would trust that the money would come, as opposed to saying, well, did I price it right? Should I compare to other people? And what about that person? And all of that. It's really hard. Lots of people do, but then there's other things that they have good relationships with that have allowed that to come into play. And unfortunately, I don't really believe that. I don't believe that you can have a lot of something and have a bad relationship with it. They might have a bad relationship with something, but not necessarily with money. Well, and again, then there's judgment with that, right? They didn't earn it. They got lucky that they inherited it. They won the lottery. They inherited it. It came easier to them in some way. And I want to take that judgment out of the way that I think about that sort of stuff. And it's not easy for me. It's not. Money's a necessary evil. Money is the problem. Money is all the things. Those are the thoughts that go on in my head when I think about money. So I want to clean up those thoughts about money. And money is fuel. Money helps me thrive. Money helps me do more of the things that I love. Money helps me do all of, spend more time with the people who, I think I can help the most, and all of those sorts of things. But there's definitely mindset about it. There's always mindset about everything. But especially, it's the feelings of, for me anyway, and again, this is all just stuff that I relate to. This is not anything that I would ever expect other people to relate to. This is just where my head is at and where my beliefs are around this stuff. And I just know that I do not, well, and that's the thing. I don't have a lot of self-worth. So, of course, again, that energy is not the energy that matches with abundance, right? The question I've asked myself as to why I feel that I don't deserve to be comfortable, or why do I think I deserve to struggle with money? It's a really, really hard one, right? Because again, it's that big thing, is the only one standing in my way is me. I know exactly why my business isn't thriving and why I'm not thriving. I know why. So I need to create those relationships with those different thought patterns in my head that are all going to also raise my vibration and how I think about money. And I have to not be in that point of lack. Why what? Sorry, when I get back to the questions, half the time I don't even remember what I've said, so I don't know what the why is directed at. If you can help me out, then I might be able to answer it for you. I will try and find my tools so we can get painting. All right. All right. Oh, I love this pink. Do you guys have color combos that you go back to? What are your color combos that you go back to? Pink and green is one that I go to every once in a while. I had the same problem, all but worth. I'm lacking in that I always think I should be better. Yes, exactly, right? In the wanting of something, we are recognizing the lack of it instead of focusing on the feeling that the thing that we are wanting will give us, and seeing where we already feel that feeling in our lives, and then just accentuating that, right? So the pattern that I'm doing on this, I'm going to do some kind of variation of this one. I haven't created this into a pattern yet, but I will because I really, really like this one. It's one that I did on a flower-shaped magnet a long time ago. And sorry, Christina, I want to answer your why. I just don't know what the why was directed at. Purples and teals. Ooh, purples and teals together. Oh, I haven't done purples and teals. I don't know that I've ever done purples and... I've done purples and blues, but I don't think I've done purples and teals. Tracy. Hi, Katerina. How you doing? All right, so now I'm going to do... Yep, we're going to do these fairly close together. Yeah, I think this one's going to be really cool. There's a couple techniques that I don't use anymore. Like doing all of the same size dots all the way around one large dot. Other than the center dot, that's not something that I normally do. Have a hard time focusing. Oh, that's okay, hun. No pressure at all. No pressure at all. I just didn't want you to think I was ignoring you and not answering your question because my brain wasn't going back to what you were asking for. So please, no stress at all. 0, 0, 0. I just didn't want you to think that I was ignoring you and not being able to answer your question. I'm sorry. So nothing to worry about over here. How are you feeling? Are you finding that it's helping you, love? Enjoy your trip, darling. Enjoy your trip. Just chill and enjoy. It's all good, hun. It's all good. Never anything to worry about with me, okay? Please don't ever stress about that. Never, ever stress about that with me at all. Promise. We are going to... Okay, yep. No, your number one daughter did not break. Oh, no. I wonder if Kim would ever sell single replacements. Like if something ever happened to one of them. How do you like the reusable canvases? I feel so guilty because she sent me some a long time ago and I still haven't used them yet. How do you like them? Do they do well with a background color? I saw the one that you did. It looked beautiful. The boosters are really helpful. They're more annoying. Oh, yeah? That's cool. I'm going to have to... I thought about, maybe that's what I'll do for the giveaway. I'll have one giveaway that's tools, one giveaway that's stuff to paint on, so the people who already have the tools have a prize that they could win, and they get to pick one or the other. And maybe that's what I'll do. I'll put a couple of the removable canvases in the giveaway. That would be cool. Ken and I are doing another live together for her. Oh, cool. Oh, I'll have to watch that. That's amazing. Maybe I'll do that then for the giveaway. That could be fun. Have 2 different prize packs depending on what the person chooses. That could be kind of nice. All right, I think that's what I will do. So, some point over the next 48 hours, I will post a giveaway on Instagram only. It will be on Instagram only, so make sure that you are over on Instagram and following me over there so that you keep an eye on it. I will put a post up again here on Facebook too, just to let people know, but that's what we will do. Yeah, it's a good one. Okay, cool. You want to try them too, Cindy? They look really neat. I've been keeping an eye on them. I'm really bad for that sort of stuff. I get something new to paint, and most of the time it sits around for about 6 months to a year before I actually paint it. I just feel so bad about that. All right, so let's do the light pink. I'm going up to a size 3 now. I'm going to go around and do every other first, and then I'll backfill. You don't want to scare her away. I get that for sure. This is a mixture of some white and mixed in with Tuscan red, which is the Deco Art Americana color. Hi, Lisa. You do that too, Christina? Fantastic. It just sits around for such a long time. I'm devastated, but it also gives me a reason to get a second set of daughters. Well, and there is always good to have that excuse, isn't it? You also have trouble with money and manifesting what I would like to achieve with money. It's really frustrating. So, Chris, I'm glad you mentioned that, and it's one of the things that's really, really tough. And you know, when you get to the point where you're like, I know what I need to do, but my brain won't go and do the things that I need it to do, right? My thought process isn't going there. I'm still practicing that part of it. And the only thing that I found, and I don't know if it works for actually manifesting, but I can tell you that as far as manifesting a feeling and creating a feeling, looking for that better feeling thought and looking for the ways that I think that like, how do I think I would feel if I had $5,000 deposited in my bank account? How would that make me feel if I knew that I was bringing in a consistent and reliable amount of money every month that not only pays my bills but allows me to get out and enjoy life more? What do I think that that's going to help me feel? Is it relief from pressures? Is it less fear from what's going to happen, like less of the fear of what's going to happen if I can't pay this bill? What's going to happen if I can't pay my rent? What are those feelings that I'm looking at? So am I looking to feel more secure, calmer, more peaceful, and then start to look for places in my life that I already feel those things? And it's started to work. I'm not quite as deliberate in it as I would like to. And I haven't seen any, at least I haven't noticed or acknowledged and recognized the tangible stuff. But I can tell you that I feel so much better when I do kind of redirect my thoughts and try and filter some of that stuff and look for the better feeling thought and not focus on the lack of something, but look at the ways that I'm already experiencing what it is that I'm saying that I want to get. It's the level of peace and less anxiety and less stress and less fear and everything that I'm already feeling. So it makes such a difference that I have no problem believing and trusting that that is just the way to go and everything will fall into place. Not that this is what I need to do in order to get the money. This is just the way to go because, oh my God, it just feels so much better than any of the other things that I've tried up to this point. So this is just what I'm going to do because it feels better. And I have no problem believing that if I stay in a good mindset like this, good things are going to come, whatever those things are. You know? Doctors make it tough. Maybe that's how I'm manifesting it, eh, Patty? I'm like, I'm manifesting abundance, and who knew it showed up at a doctor's office. I'm doing that too, Christina. Kim sent me a couple sets of tools and I kept one of them for myself. And now in my giveaway, I still have one of the small sets of the DIY that I'm going to give away that are brand new, but the bigger ones, I'm giving away my old set. I feel so guilty, but I have to do it. I don't know if that helps at all, Chris, with that thought process. It's something that I can verbalize and think to myself when I'm super focused on the topic, but it's not something that I have practiced enough that has become just a regular thought process in my day-to-day life. You know what I mean? You passed your old ones on. Well, and I think that's what I'm going to do with these. I'm going to put these in the giveaway and say, you know what? They work fine. I was the one that just wanted nice, clean, shiny new tools. Oh, Patty, it's so funny. It's so funny that I keep sitting there and thinking, I keep finding it very interesting. I'm like, maybe I'm not opposed to a relationship like I thought I was. I was just so in disbelief that the kind of relationship and person that I would want even existed. And he gave me a little glimmer of hope, right? Exactly. Passing it on, letting it come and go freely, right? And everything comes to me as I need it, and I'm able to let it circulate as often as I need to. And so there are different things like that. That's just different mindset things that I need to practice more. You know, when you get to the point where you're like, I know better, now I just need to practice it and make it an easier part of my everyday process now. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know it and I understand it, but I'm not practiced at implementing it yet. Yeah, Patty, it's a problem. And that's a whole side of me that I have not even been willing to acknowledge that I need to face. Like, why am I so opposed to a relationship? What do I have against it? Why am I so hyper vigilant about my individual independence, and there's attachment styles and all of that, and I'm like, I'm not in a place where I want to be on that subject yet. I have practice to do there, because right now, even after that delightful little experience of running into somebody that just sparks the interest a little bit, it's still like, oh God, though. Can you imagine somebody else? I don't know what I'd do if I had another person who wanted my time. You know? That's why I've always said I'd be great at a long distance relationship. Perfect. See you once every 4 months for a week. Excellent. Jackpot. Great to see you. Off you go. Take care. We'll see you next time. I love being single. It's fun. I have a great time. It always makes me laugh. I have so many friends that just cannot wrap their heads around why would you choose to be single? Why would you choose that? It's so funny. When we know better, we do better, yes. But it makes me feel guilty sometimes because there are things, of course, I know better. Yes. But you know what? Maybe that's just doing better. Maybe just recognizing that there was this filter that I could have run this situation through that I chose not to. As opposed to before, when you didn't even know the filter existed. Right? Like before that's the beauty of different quotes and things like that, right? Is that it gives us a new filter and a new perspective. So we're immediately looking through a new lens. So we're immediately already, just because we even know that new lens exists, we have already done better. Right? And taking those moments to assess the situation and say, did I show up in that situation as the person that I want to show up as? Am I proud of the person who showed up in that situation? Is that the person that I really want to be in those situations? And I think just the fact that we assess that means that we are attempting to do better, right? Make him a sandwich and send him on his way. How many young children are on here today? This is going to be recorded. I shouldn't put that on there, but why not? One of my favorite quotes is, if I can still walk to the kitchen after sex, you don't deserve a damn sandwich. That's one of them. And then there was another quote that I heard once, and it said, when a girl tells you that she wants to marry her favorite celebrity or maybe her favorite singer, it doesn't mean just to bang them. It means that she wants them to walk down the stairs in plaid flannel pajama pants with messy hair, kiss you on the forehead, and make you pancakes. I'd bang them too, though, like a screen door in a hurricane. I'm like, oh, that's hilarious. And that's exactly it, Christina, right? Maybe you are already doing your best, right? Perfection doesn't mean best. Best means better than the last time, right? Isn't that amazing? If we can still walk to the kitchen, you don't deserve a damn sandwich. What was the other one? Oh, and then there's my grandma's advice that I think I've shared with you guys before, and this will be a lovely thing to end off the hour on is, if it has tires or testicles, it's going to give you trouble. There you go. Final wisdom from my Grammy. If it has tires or testicles, it's going to give you trouble. So good. She was full of wisdom. Very wisdomous. So there you go. See, I'm slowly starting to peel back the curtain. Peel back the curtain a little bit. I love you guys. I love you guys so much. I enjoy spending time with you. I enjoy hanging out with you. I don't feel like I got anywhere near enough painting done. I feel like I just sat and yapped for 2 hours about absolutely nothing. But I appreciate you hanging out with me. Smart lady, eh, Janice? Until they figure out how to do a video call. Oh my God, Tracy, I just about died when I read that. I thought I was going to choke because that was just oh my God, please don't read this out loud, but this is killing me. It was absolutely hysterical. Grandmas always know best. They totally do. Totally do. Yeah, she was amazing. She was amazing. She was badass. I'm very lucky. All right. Well, after not doing any painting, we're going to work on this one tomorrow. So pink and green tomorrow on TikTok from 1 to 3 p.m. Please also know that if we jump onto TikTok and if the signal is garbage again, like it was on when? Last night. On last night. If it's garbage like it was last night, then we will, I won't waste too much time. We'll flip over to Instagram, but just kind of keep that in mind that if for some reason that you are coming to join later in the 2 hours and you don't find me on TikTok, just know to check Instagram and Facebook, because if the signal's crap, we might not have a choice. Thanks for coming to hang out, you guys. I really appreciate this. And I love hanging out with you. I'm going to do photography for the shop update tomorrow. 4 mugs will be on the shop update tomorrow, which is Saturday at noon Eastern. 4 incense holders and 3 candle holders, and then a few of these fun resin hockey puck incense holders as well. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed your Friday night with us, Tracy. That's so wonderful. I'm so glad you guys come and hang out. I'm so grateful for you. I love you guys, and I will look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Please take care of yourselves. Give yourselves some love, and we'll see you again really soon. Take care of you. You're most welcome, Christine. Yeah, stick those in your pocket. You'll find a way to use them sooner or later. Love you guys. Bye.